It can be very difficult when starting an acting career from the scratch. Very difficult, especially you'll be struggling on how to migrate your way around everything because everything would look so hard and so tough. Possibly you're actually passionate about what you want to do. You're very passionate about acting, and this is something you really want to do, but you don't really know how to go about it. Now, in this very section, I'll be giving you guidelines on how to get your acting career started professionally. But if this is actually the first time you're joining me, please do well to hit the subscribe button. All right, now let's get started. Now, how to get your acting career started as a beginner. First, if you want to get started professionally, the first thing I really advise you do is to take up acting classes. Acting classes is very important. Training is not in any way slowing you down. Training has a way to bring out the best in your performance. I know sometimes you feel that, okay, you are actually ready. You feel you can actually do those things. You watch in movies and you feel you can actually do most of those things. But the truth is there are so many things that you don't have ideas of, understand? You don't have an idea of. And it's only when you're going through training that you'll be able to know be acquainted with some certain things that is being done in film. Like most of the producers and directors spend a lot of amount of money hiring equipment to shoot production on, like, let's say they're shooting for 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, 1 month or thereabout. They spend a lot of money daily hosting those productions. So none of them would have that patience to bring you on their set and to start lecturing you on what they feel you're supposed to already know in a film school. That's why some producers, high producers, always like using, actors that are already acquainted with the job or they're already practicing the job like professionally. So if you want to get hired, you want to get that placement, the real truth is apply in an accredited film school, get to learn acting, get to study acting professionally, and know the do's and don'ts and how to behave, the film ethics, what you should do on set, what you're not supposed to do on set. Now, it's one thing to be talented, it's a different thing altogether to be skillful. You can be very talented, but you're not skillful. It's only training that you get that skill that you're looking for. When you get into an acting class or you get trained, possibly you get to meet your colleagues. Most of the jobs you'll be getting as a beginning filmmaker or beginner would be from your colleagues, possibly your colleagues who want to do film, and that is it. And one thing you need to understand in the business of entertainment or acting is that the business of entertainment is all about recommendation. Most of the job you'll be getting will be based on recommendation, someone recommending you and all that. So like you can actually get, there's nothing like when you work with like minds, you are in actually environment where these things happen. So you have your colleagues, possibly this one wants to do film in the future, this one will, before you know everybody, that is it. So you have the opportunity to network even when you get into a film class. So that is it. Get into an environment where these things are done, get to learn it professionally, know film ethics, know everything you're supposed to know, then you're ready to go. Then number 2 is getting your marketing materials. It's very important. As simple as it sounds, most actors, they want to start an acting career and they just need acting jobs. They need acting roles. But the truth is, if you want to apply for a job, you want to go for a job interview, there is one thing that most persons want to ask you: what's your work experience? Can you show us what you've done before and all that? This is just a way for them to be able to assess you. You can be good, but they still need to see what you do. That's why you need to get your marketing materials. You see a lot of actors, they just jump in, they want to start an acting career, and the next thing they're talking about is, how do I start making money? I want to get paid. You see them moving to this thing, you say, will you pay me? And you see a lot of person disengaging from such conversation. The first thing, like I'll tell you, is consciously for you to be ready to build your marketing materials, which is like getting involved in productions. Get actively involved in production, know how production works. This is far more than just what you do in a classroom in a film school. When you start getting involved in active production, you start seeing different things. Different directors with their different method of directing. That's the truth. There's no pattern. Different directors have their own different style. So you get to meet some kind of persons, you get to see the way, and that's it. So, and building your marketing materials, like I said earlier on, you need to get your demo reels, you need to have your com cards, you need to have your headshot, your Polaroid, you need to have your professional acting CV and all that. All these things are actually very important. These are the things you use to present to anybody. That's it. Like, I should ask you, okay, can I see what you've done? Nothing. It's not going anywhere. It's not making any sense. Can I see what you've done? Nothing. That's why some actors try as much as possible, try to get their way, getting involved in at least some smaller production, and also finding a way to get involved in bigger production, even if they are not being paid, just to have that CV or just to have that demo reels that they were actually involved in this production. Now, the truth is, once you start building those marketing materials, it's easy for you to use those marketing materials to advertise yourself, or for you to present to any director and say, okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. And it's always very important. It becomes better when the production you have actually involved in are well-known productions. Look, I'm not in any way trying to tell you that you should go and look for well-known production before for you to build your marketing materials. You can build your marketing material with smaller production, but it should be a very good production where the light setup, a lot of things are in order. That's the truth. So that when you're presenting something to somebody, someone will look at it and feel, oh, okay, this is nice. If you should present something very stupid to me and you said that is your marketing materials, I might not even look at it, because that is it. So in the quest for you building a marketing materials, it's very important that you look out for the kind of films, the projects that you're getting yourself involved in, and that's it. So most of them, they will not want to pay you, but try as much as possible to ensure you get a role or two and do something. With that, you can use that as an acting CV. That's it. And you could create a demo reel from it, and then you could do professional monologues and go ahead and do professional headshots. And there I have a video a class where I actually discuss about the headshots. You can actually check on our channel. You can see that. Now, after getting your marketing materials, number 3 is about approaching an agent. An agent, it's very important for your acting career. Look, the truth is, yes, like I told you, most of the job you'll be getting when it comes to acting is based on recommendation. Your agent will not work with zero thing. It's with your marketing materials, an agent will be able to give you job placements. Now, we have a good example of agents you can check, especially if you're in Nigeria. We have Audition Nigeria. You can check them on Instagram, Audition Nigeria. There are some other good audition platform that works as good agents, and so there are some personal brands that also work as agents. So you actually look for agents and then submit your stuff. Possibly some of them will ask you for a registration for you to register for them to be your agent and all that. Some will decide not to. All these things I've said, they are not magic. It's not like magic happens. It actually requires time for all this to happen. So you must be patient enough to be ready to push your career. Understand the level of push you apply in your career. It's a guarantee. It's going to show how you're going to succeed in it. That's the truth. So if this is something you really want to do, you must be patient. Understand, it's not something of 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, and you're everywhere. No, these things actually require time. Sometimes it could take you a year or two and all that. But the truth is, if you do it professionally and you're conscious about what you're doing, you are going to start getting that acting gigs. Don't forget what I said. Number 1, if you want to get started first, just ensure you go for training. Get trained. Number 2, try to build your marketing materials, get involved in production, no matter whether it's free or not. And then number 4, ensure that you get an agent or a manager that would help you scout for those jobs.